Hello and welcome to the Lost Pines Workshop. I'm JC Jensen. So I'm taking a break here from cutting some half-blind dovetails, and I thought I would share my woodworking philosophy. Um, Many people for thousands of years have utilized wood as a medium in which to make products, um, whether out of necessity or art or furniture. Any, that whole gamut. We've been doing it for centuries. Um, my father was a master craftsman, and he was able to. He built a beautiful, detailed grandfather clock, spindleback couches, other pieces of furniture. His true passion was working on a lathe. From him, I gained some experience in construction and some experience in woodworking. Uh, he started to try to pique my interest when I was about 5 years old. So back about we'll just say early 70s, before a lot of you were born. Here and there. From that, for me, there's needs, wants, desires. We all have those. So in approaching your woodworking journey, uh, you need to look. You need to sit down and think, why do I want to get into woodworking? Um, in building this shop was a need. The house that we purchased did not have a garage attached or detached of any kind. It had a little carport. And the interior of the house needed to be completely remodeled, which we're like 90% done. I haven't worked on it in several years now. One of these days I'll get back to it. But it was a need, so I had to build a building. Luckily, I gained knowledge and education over the years to know how to do this, and I did this myself with the help of a friend here, and even my kids chipped in. My three daughters actually put the metal roof, on this building. But it was a need based. So if you look behind me, right here, this cabinet shelf, part of my chop saw station, is that was completely built with nothing but a skill saw and a screw gun. I, cut up the pieces, screwed it together, stuck it to the wall, ready to go. Down and dirty, quick and easy. Um, Now I'm working on replacing that. This is actually one of the drawers that I have hand cut the dovetails for. Um, this is a want. All right. Do I need it? I need the drawers, but I don't necessarily need them to be this fancy. But I want them that way, so I'm doing it. Why am I doing it with hand tools? Well, I have a jig hanging over on the wall in which I could do it with a router. Boop, 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 done. I could probably have had all of these drawers done several weeks, if not a couple months ago. But I chose to take a different path. Woodworking for me, this is what I do now. I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to, go to the 9 to 5 job anymore to earn a paycheck. So this is what I do. And I have chosen to try to step away from some of the power tools to get back to hand tools, the way we used to do things before we got all the gee whiz toys, right? Hand plane. This was my great grandfather's hand plane. It was quite a mess. I restored it, fully restored, nice and sharp. I use it almost every day now. I love it. It's fun, right? So I'm into woodworking now for the pure joy and peace of being here in the shop, away from the world, turn on the tunes, and I just make stuff. Um, don't get me wrong. I've got a wonderful table saw and a joiner and a planer. I got the big tools, all right, and I've purchased those over the years. Um, were they out of need? I'll say no. Were they out of want? I'll say yes. And I say that because the larger machines enabled me to do machine work quickly and efficiently and accurately to save time on certain projects. Um, Obviously, this drawer and learning how to do this by hand um, has been my recent learning journey. But I enjoy it. I enjoy the whole process. Time is not an issue, uh, which is the case with most of the projects that I take on. I've made projects. I've had customers. I have customers that have asked me to make this, that, or the other thing, and we agreed to it. We've agreed to a price, and I've made it. But we entered into this contract with the understanding of it's going to get done when it gets done. I do not work to deadlines. I work to perfection's probably not the right word, but I make it as perfect as I possibly can. If it can pass me, and I'm picky, I know my customer is going to be happy. I don't care how long it takes. I'm after pretty, right? It needs to be very functional. It needs to be very pretty. So now we're back to philosophy again. Are we building stuff out of need or want? Well, my wife wanted a bowl to put dog treats in. I made this bowl, perfect size for dog treats. It's fun. I like making bowls. They're fun. But then I came across this piece of walnut that was destined for um, somebody's fire pit, probably, right? And I managed to salvage it and save it, and I turned it into this wonderful piece of art, in my opinion. Haven't decided what we're going to do with it yet. We'll see. This was just for the joy of turning a bowl and reclaiming a piece of wood and preserving it because it's pretty, right? So, what is my philosophy? Well, my philosophy is use the tools that you have available to you to create something that you need out of necessity, or to create something that you want, or that somebody that you know wants. Pursue it in either a let's get it done, which case I can do all of this on a table saw, or take the time and enjoy the process of shaping the wood to the shape that you want, enjoying the process and the steps and learning how to manipulate the shape of the wood without destroying it and enhancing its natural beauty. That's kind of where I'm at. There are some things I do in a hurry. Let's get it done. But there's a lot that I really just enjoy the process and taking my time. So that's what I want to impart to you is as you step into the world of woodworking, decide for yourself why. Why am I doing this particular project this way or doing this particular project this way? If you decide why, that will help guide you on the tool path to accompany and facilitate the making of that project. In one of my previous videos, I was talking about using a table saw, and I did a whole video on table saws. Do you have the little benchtop DeWalt guy, or do you have a big cabinet saw? Doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you, no, it really doesn't. You don't have to spend a small fortune on tools to be a woodworker. My dad, and he was a hobby furniture maker. He did some absolutely incredible work with an old 1970s era Craftsman um, construction table saw in his garage. Um, that was and he had a lathe, right? So he had a Craftsman lathe. Um, he had a few hand tools, but he had a lot of patience and a lot of knowledge, and he was a true craftsman. Um, he did all of that with very basic tools. He didn't own a chop saw. He didn't own a joiner. He didn't own a planer. He didn't own any of that stuff. But you see some of the work that he was able to produce, you would be amazed. Um, so you don't need it. It's about learning how to use what you have, right? So the contractor table saw can cut equally well and do all of the same things that my cabinet saw can do. You just have to spend a little more time with your setup, right? Um, Setting up the saw itself and setting up to make the cuts so that they come out as accurate as you want them. And then learning how to finesse it afterwards, maybe with a hand plane, um, to get the perfect finish that you're looking for. So that's where I'm trying to come from. I hope this video helps you in some capacity, but try to think about, why are you going down this path? Okay, how fast do you want to get there? You want to build something really fast, or do you want to take your time and enjoy the process and enjoy working with wood? Wood is good. I love it. It's what I do. Um, Again, I hope it helps you. Um, Please share your comments and your thoughts on the topic. Um, I would love to talk about it. If you have any questions, shoot me some questions. Um, I'm open to answering those. But other than that, enjoy the process, have fun, learn something, learn to use the tools that you have. Don't worry about going out and buying the next great thing, right? There's 100 jigs out there to make things faster, more efficient, more accurate, blah, blah, blah. See them all the time. 80% of those, 90% of them, you don't need. There are ways to do it without buying all those jigs. Some of them, you just make your damn self. Right on? So have a wonderful time. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week, your month, your year, and just go build something. Have a great day. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Think about subscribing. I've got 2 series going right now. We have the beginning woodworking series, and I'm also taking you down the path step by step to building a classic dresser. Hope to see you. We'll see you down the road.